Well, it's time now for a look through the day's newspapers, and I'm joined in the studio by Deeptika Laurent. Deepti, you're starting with the latest from the conflict in the Middle East. Some papers giving a special focus to Lebanon today.
Yeah, that's right. That war in the Middle East shows no signs of ending, at least not for the moment, Alison. Libération, the French newspaper, choosing to focus on these three men here: Donald Trump, his vice president, J.D. Vance, and Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth on the front of this paper with the headline, "Their Crusade," it says. The paper saying they must now assume the consequences of this war, which goes against their electoral promises and which has sent oil prices skyrocketing. The Guardian, for its part, the British paper here, focusing on two things here. The hidden hand of Vladimir Putin that is helping Iran fight back. That's according to the UK Defence Secretary John Healey, whose comments he made those comments saying that the use of Iran's Shahed drones are the same drones used by Russia against Ukraine. You also have the front page picture there. This is of a Beirut suburb up in smoke after an airstrike as Israel ups its war against Hezbollah in Lebanon. Speaking of the Lebanese press, this is from L'Orient Le Jour, a French language paper, focusing on also Beirut being struck, or the heart of Beirut being struck, but also this opinion piece here, a very sarcastically written opinion piece in which the writer accuses Lebanon's leaders of a fiesta of inaction, saying that the war has provided a useful pretext for the leaders of Lebanon to do absolutely nothing. You also have Le Monde, the French paper, with this article. This is from its English service, which says that the new war in Lebanon is the price of the international community's silence. The paper explaining that the new battlefront in Lebanon is directly, of course, linked to Iran's war against Israel and the U.S., but also is a continuation of Israel's war against Hezbollah, despite a 2024 ceasefire that came into effect but was not respected by Israel. The paper says the international community has stayed silent, implicitly accepting the rule of force over international law.
All right, Deepti, we're going to take a break from the war for a moment to talk about a scandal in the world of fine dining. The owner of the internationally renowned restaurant Noma has stepped down amid allegations of abuse.
Yeah, quite horrific allegations of abuse as well. This is in The Guardian today, Alison, which reports that Noma head chef has resigned over claims he physically abused restaurant staff. Now, Noma is a 3 Michelin-starred restaurant that he co-founded in 2003. It was named world's best restaurant five times, mostly in the 2010s. But behind the scenes, he's been accused of horrific physical, verbal, and emotional abuse. In fact, his resignation coming just a few days after the New York Times published this report with 35 former employees who accused Rene Redzepi of workplace abuse between 2009 and 2017. He had allegedly punched staff members, jabbed them with kitchen tools, slammed them against walls. He had also body shamed certain, wielded his power to threaten to blacklist them from the business, deport their families, or get their partners fired from their respective jobs. All of this allegations made to the New York Times. In the wake of that report, key sponsors pulled out of a LA pop-up he had planned this week. The paper here noting that people who work for him today say that those allegations are in the past, but that he has also never been held accountable, the New York Times reminds us.
Yeah, well, he has stepped down at least, but it leaves a stain on the restaurant.
Yeah, that's right. And that's exactly what this British news and opinion website, Unheard, it's a conservative website, explains. It says that Rene Redzepi was not sold to the world as an old-style tyrant, but rather the opposite, the progressive future of fine dining, and an image that was really central to the reputation of Noma, which boasted an enlightened kitchen, seasonal cooking, ethical ingredients. It rejected traditional ways of cooking like foie gras and the high hierarchy of the kitchen brigade. Ironically, in a way, he ended up endorsing those very values that the restaurant proclaimed to issue.
All right, finally from you, Deepti, an incredible photo that's been shortlisted for a British photography competition.
Yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic photo that Digital Camera is talking about today, Digital Camera World is talking about today. It's this one here. It's running for the wildlife category win in the London Camera Exchange photography competition. The winners will be announced soon. This picture was taken in Bulgaria by photographer Tim Munsey, and what you see there, it's a dramatic split-second moment of a vulture pulling rank over a jackal. You see the power and the scale of the vulture with the meekness of the jackal that makes it a strong contender in the wildlife category of the awards. I do recommend you check out some of the other categories because they're quite incredible as well. There's one in particular called Pets, which is just about everyday pets, which is really lovely.
Ooh, all right, good endorsement, Deepti. We'll have to check it out. Always love to end the press review with some good wildlife photos. That's Deepti Laurent with today's press review.